Hi, this is a Kanakan Stories Volume 2 development log. This is a Suikoden Fangame in development. You can check out Volume 1 in the link in the description if you'd like to see something playable. But this is the second game in the series, and here we're going to be building a map of a Kanakan port. The first part of building this map is we're going to build out the base features like the ground, the water, and anything else that's natural. So we're starting by creating a couple background layers so we can make a smooth transition between water and coastline as well as the ground. These coastline and water are from some open assets called the Liberated Pixel Cup. And here we're just smoothing out the details. We want there to be enough space in the port for multiple large ships. Now we're bringing in some of the ground brick tiles, which were taken from Suikoden 2, for the city part of this map. And next, there's a ridge that is on the map right below it. I'd like it to be I'd like it to match up with, or at least roughly match up with where the ridge is on the map below it, so it looks like more natural. This is kind of an arbitrary piece of geometry. I mostly put it in the first game to prevent the player from going north. I knew I wanted more parts of the city, but I didn't want to build it in the first game. So just kind of put that there. The idea would be probably sometime in the past, like it was a natural plateau or ridge, but then at some point the city wanted to expand to the north, so they blew it out so you could walk between it and the area and the flat area to the north. Also using the city wall that I've used in other parts of the map, and some greenery to show that the other side is outside of the city. I was looking to see if there was some way to make a smoother transition, but so far I've been unable to find something. So I'm using kind of a gate, or like an arch, to get you to transition you from inside the city to outside, to make that transition clear to the player. Next, we're going to start building some buildings. These are using mostly some assets that I made. I'm not a pixel artist, but I really wanted the colorful, some colorful houses that you could mix and match, kind of similar, like the color scheme pretty similar to Latin America. Also some places in Asia. They're not really common, they're not really common in open game art, so I ended up making my own. They look pretty simplistic, but they're the style I want, and they're modular, so I can build different looking houses with them. So I'm layering on doors, stairs, some windows. I am trying to find at the moment that armor. This is going to be the armor and the weapon shop. So I'm looking for those signs from the Suikoden 2. The Suikoden 2 tile rip I'm using. So, yep, I found those. Now the building is on the 2.5D layer, which means that you can go behind it and you'll be hidden by it. So if you're in front of it, the player renders on top of it, and if the player's behind it, they render behind it. Now I've moved on to the trading post. I'm looking for a roof that I want. These roofs I also made. They're also not very good, but They they are roughly the style I want, and again, they are modular. So I'm going for one to match. And here I'm putting two doors just because it's a pretty big a pretty big building. And now I'm looking for the trading post image. I ended up with putting one right in the middle, not right by any door. So I'm starting to look for something to put in the middle, something to welcome. This is Kanakan's known as being a trading nation, so it's important for them to. So the port is going to be a very important place. It's going to be the first thing a lot of people see. A lot of merchants and traders see when they enter Kanakan. So I wanted to have some kind of like a national symbol or like a statue or like just a thing to welcome any visitors to the country. So I did find a statue. It's an owl statue that I put in. And now I'm building the docks. I end up having space for two docks with the expectation that I could have put them closer together to put three docks, but this way the ships can be very big. I think the idea would be that some big ships would come to load cargo. So I ended up just going with two. The transition between the posts and the water is not very smooth because it's not completely transparent, but I'm going with it for now. Now I'm trying to build this. Having the statue right there seems a little bit awkward, so I'm trying to build like to frame it with some pedestal with some fountain pedestals and then some kind of a platform that these would go on. So again, I'm looking in the Suikoden 2 tiles. There's something that looks kind of like it could be a pedestal, but I couldn't find all of the directions I need. So I don't know what that was used for, but I ended up finding out it's not very suitable for what I'm doing right now. So here I'm going back into the town tile set that I use a lot, and I'm putting this in. It works pretty well. And then putting in the border, like the brick border that I've also used elsewhere. Now we're going to put some other touches on here. I decided I wanted to redesign part of the outside of the armor shop and the blacksmith shop. I wanted to make them on different floors, so I actually put so to put some stairs up to the second level where the other shop would be. So you would like enter in one place for one shop and in a different place for the other shop. So I did create some like modular stairs that I can use, and this is a good time to use it. I'm not building the inside of the armor shop yet, but that should be fun to put in. Some stairs inside to go up to the upper level. And now I'm putting in colliders. So this is just so when you walk around, you don't run into stuff. Or sorry, so you do run into stuff, so you can't go off the map, or walk through buildings. So this is on what's called an object layer in Tiled. So I can just make a bunch of rectangles. So you want to be able to walk onto the docks but not off of it. And making the coastline. and being able to walk off into the water. So now we're going to try it out in the engine. We're going to see what this looks like as you're walking through it as the main character. I'm Doris. So she's walking through, going towards the docks to see what that looks like. I'm seeing some clipping from this is the 2.5D layer. When you're in between layers, that clipping can happen. So I think I'm actually going to make that a background, put those on the background layer. I'm seeing the black area at the top of the screen. I think I have to make the map bigger so you don't have that awkward space, that awkward empty space. Yeah, that, seeing the same clipping, that should also be a background layer. I don't think there's any reason you would need to render behind all of that, all of those bricks, like maybe just the top layer, like the very top row of that platform I could put into 2.5D. Now we're going to see how the stairs works, see if there's any clipping issues there. None. That's working pretty well. And how about these? Okay, those are, I think, on 2.5D layer, but they should be background as well. So that's something I'm going to change. And then walking over to the trading post, those are looking pretty good. So that brings us to the end of this video. If you tune in next time, so far we haven't put in any people. I think adding NPCs is going to be the next step. That's going to be the topic of my next video to finish out this port map. So thanks for watching, and if you like this, please like and subscribe.